Lucy.
Lucy is in need of a second date update this morning, and we're going to try to help her out. Hi, Lucy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you guys?
Excellent. So, who is Alex?
Alex is this guy I met online. We went out 2 times. The first time we went out for drinks, and then he cooked me dinner at his place.
Oh, he cooked for you?
He did, and he's a really good cook.
Wow.
Yeah, and both times went really well. I mean, we had great conversation, and we were laughing,
And you got fed.
I got fed well.
I was going to say, how was the food? Because sometimes when people cook for you, you don't really know what's up.
No, he made me steak, and it was one of the best steaks I've had in my life. It was cooked perfectly.
Oh, that's good.
Like, he went all out. It felt like he cared. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? That's some people, that's their love language. Like, that's
Food?
Kristen's love language. Yeah, my wife, Kristen, she could be a gourmet cook. That's how she loves people. She likes to go all out, no matter how much work it is. That's just her thing. That's how she
shows that she loves you.
Yes.
Well, just felt like he was really paying a lot of attention to me. He hung on to my every word. We laughed. It just felt like he was tuned in, you know? He was really picking up on what I was saying. And then he'd actually remember it and, like, mention it later. I mean, most of the guys I go out with are just kind of listening. It's like they're just there, like, nodding along. But this guy was just, he just was really in it, you know? And it was amazing.
That's great.
Yeah. So, yeah. I totally slept with him both times.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Lots of meat. Meat for dinner and then some.
Look, it was good. I mean, I felt like we had this strong connection. It was very intense. I mean, he looked into my eyes. I don't think I've ever experienced anything like that. And unless I'm a total idiot and got played, I really assumed there was something there. When I left the next morning, it was still great. He made me coffee. We kissed, and he was just like, yeah, I'll call you later. And I'm like, cool. And then I never heard from him again. So I texted him a few times, and just radio silence, dead. It's just killing me. I want to know what happened. I'm just really frustrated right now.
Yeah. Plus the sleeping 2 times, like, I'd be thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Really upsetting.
I get it. Okay, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll call him up and see what the deal is. Simple as that.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate it.
You bet. Hang tight. Second date update will continue. Lucy met Alex on Match, and they actually went out twice. The first time, a little more casual. They just had drinks. Well, I shouldn't say that because they did end up sleeping together that night.
Twice.
Well, the second time was after the second date when he invited her over to his place. He cooked dinner for her. They did this incredible steak dinner. A guy is just mean on the grill. I guess he knows what he's doing. And not only was he a great cook, he was a great listener. Like, he would actually retain things that she had told him on the last date. It wasn't like he was nodding his head and listening and thinking, okay, how can I get her to sleep with me again? He was actually paying attention to little details, and that meant a lot to her.
That's important when you really feel like you're connecting through things that they remember and share.
Sure. He said he would call her when he said goodbye. He made it pretty clear that he was going to call her. They'd get together for a third time, but of course that never happened. She texted him a couple times, no response. So unless there's anything that I left out, Lucy, that you think is important or something you want to add that you think is pertinent, now's the time.
I mean, that's what happened. I've been through this in my brain many times, and I don't see what went wrong, if anything.
All right, let's call him up.
Hello.
Hi, is this Alex?
Yes, it is. Who's this?
Alex, it's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you this morning?
Jeff and Jenn. Really?
Hi.
Hey.
You got a minute?
Yeah, I guess I could talk.
He's like, hey.
You sound very suspicious. I promise this isn't a prank.
Okay.
We're not calling to mess with you or make fun of you. We just want to have a little chat about a mutual friend We spoke to a really nice young lady named Lucy who had nothing but great things to say about your personality, what a good listener you are, how you cook up a mean steak, all good things, right?
Right.
He's so guarded. Listen to him, man. Okay, well, she said after having 2 really fun evenings with you, sounds like she'd like to see you again. Are you open to that, or have you met someone else? She hasn't heard from you since, so what's going on?
Well, listen, dating is really easy for me, and sometimes I have trouble with women thinking I'm more interested than I am.
Really?
Yeah. It's
What do you mean by that?
I know how to be attentive. I'm in sales, so I'm good at figuring out what people need to hear. And once I know, I tell them.
Ah, dude.
I mean, once I know, I tell them.
Ugh.
So dating is really easy for me. And sometimes I have trouble with women thinking I'm more interested in them than I am.
Well, of course she thinks you're more interested than you are. That's the whole point, isn't it? So she'll sleep with you?
Oh, yeah. Like, isn't everything transactional these days? So.
Oh, wow.
No.
But listen, like, she was very nice. She was sweet, and I liked her. But, she made me watch Bridgerton with her. Specifically the sex scenes. She kept blathering on about how sweet and sexy they were and how the guy, Colin, he was so perfect.
I'm sorry, she's talking about Bridgerton, or you guys watched Bridgerton?
We watched it. And then she was going on and on about Colin. Swooning over him kind of, and it was kind of weird, but, whatever. I got to tell you, like, it was kind of torture. I mean, I work and play hard when I want to unwind. I like to sit in front of the TV. I like to watch little documentaries and shows that are smartly written that will make me think. Not stuff like Bridgerton. I mean,
well, you don't have to like the same stuff in TV, but back
strokes.
to it's weird to me that you saw this whole thing like a transaction. That's upsetting.
So many people do, though.
I know.
Not to be precious about it, but.
Ugh.
Yeah,
but
it's a business deal. That's what everything is these days.
But when you watch Bridgerton, it is so I told Jen recently, like, Bridgerton is what is wrong with women when it comes to like dating, because it's just such a fantasy world. Like, they always say the right thing and do the right thing, and they just make her feel. That's why women like watching shows like that, because when you watch it, you feel excited about the way that the men just love the women and how into the woman they are. And they're very giving sexually. They're very giving with their love and just making them this pedestal almost. Like,
so you're saying that shows like that perpetuate the fantasy?
Yes, I do. I really feel that. Because I'm like, that's not real life. I mean, for some, yes, it is not how everybody is.
No doubt.
It's like grown-up Disney, So honestly, we're not compatible in that area. And I need to be with someone who relaxes the way I do.
What, watching documentaries?
Well, yeah, something not cheesy, at least.
All right. Well, let's bring Lucy into the conversation. Lucy, did you want to respond?
I mean, so much to unpack here.
Yeah.
First, transactional? Wow.
Yeah.
That's cold, man.
It is cold.
That's really cold. I mean, I don't even think there's enough time to talk about that. But quickly, you asked me what I was watching currently, and I told you. So you were like, yeah, let's watch it. So I don't think it's fair that you would judge me on one TV show. I watch a lot of other stuff. Bridgerton's like my guilty pleasure. I mean, I'm not the only woman watching it either. It's like number 1 on Netflix. So come on. But wow, transactional. That's gross, dude.
Yeah.
That's gross.
It's a cynical way of looking at things, that's for sure.
Not a fan.
Maybe you should get out of sales. I don't know.
I don't know. Something tells me Alex does very well in sales.
That's what
Am
I was
wrong?
thinking.
It's pretty damn well. But okay.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking the call.
Well, thank you for the insight, I guess. I'll get back to selling.
I bet you will.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, Lucy, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's better to know this now than 4 months from now,
You took
Yeah.
the words right out of my mouth. I had that same thought.
I feel kind of gross right now, though, I got to say.
Oh, it'll pass. Don't you worry. And you'll find
get right
somebody
back up
else.
on that horse.
That's right. Just go out and date. You'll be just fine. But I do understand.
Well, thank you for your empathy, and this is good ultimately, and I get that. So thank you guys for doing this with me.
Anytime. Take it easy.
Thank you.